Hello, good morning. This is Maria from Technopaws, and today we will be discussing about grooming styles and why understanding what your pet parent wants is essential, especially in grooming. Why breed and communication matters. Let's start. And why do you think styles matter? Do you have any idea? And yes, the answer is very simple because grooming is not only about looking good, we need to fit a style depending on the dog's necessities. And it's about comfort, hygiene, and appropriate care according to dog's breed, the lifestyle, coat style, and behavior. Every single breed has their specific coat textures, growth patterns, health concerns, and aesthetic standards. For example, there are some breeds like the Golden Retriever who have a very thick coat, and there are some dogs that have growth patterns that their hair can grow over time and can be really long. And other dogs with health concerns that they probably have skin problems, that they have any kind of um, disease or issue that they need to be treated with the utmost care and aesthetic standards. Some breeds are known for their coat, so it's essential when doing a service to preserve the thick coat. That is one of the things that makes these breeds attractive, but at the same time doing a good service. Today, we're going to discuss some examples on how to manage client expectations and active listening, how the different breeds affect or are related to the type of style that needs to be done, and how you can start collecting feedback the smartest way. Let's start with something that we've discussed in previous webinars, but it's always good to take into consideration that 83% pet parents check reviews before booking. Before selecting a pet industry provider, pet parents carefully go through all internet reviews and check if the service met the expectation. This is why it's really important to practice active listening and understand their needs. We really encourage all businesses to start practicing it and start building a strong reputation among pet parents. Active listening is not only um, talking to the client, but understanding the needs that the pet has. If the pet parent is asking you or is being detailed on the request about the service, the ideal thing is for you to take notes and have the groomer also be aware about the request that the pet parent wants. Let's check some examples on how the breeds affect the type of style that needs to be done. And first, let's start with a breed like poodles. These are a kind of breed that requires structure defined trims that maintains the coat's curl and prevents matting. So poodles are those kind of breeds that are really um, kind and they can be subject to be um according to the type of haircut that they can get matting if they are not um, trimmed, or if the coat curls are not maintained, they can suffer matting issues. Second, we have golden retrievers. The golden retrievers shouldn't be shaved due to their double coat. This kind of breed and has a very long hair, and if you cut their most attractive feature, that is the hair, and you shaved it, you're going to make a pet parent really upset. And for these breeds, you need to focus more on the shedding and feathering. And another example I can give you could be the Yorkies, and they can range from Howland from show length to short styles depending on client preference, but always require careful scissoring, and always talk to the pet parent and see what is the style that they prefer, if they would like to leave it a little longer or if they would like to trim more inches down. So you always need to speak to the pet parent and get this feedback in advance so you can know what to do on the service during the service. Never assume what a pet parent will want, because this is something that happens really often. For example, if it's like the summer and we some grooming salons during summer, no matter if the pet parent is saying that they want just a few inches down, some grooming salons, what they do is that they just shave the dogs because they assume that during the summer um, they need to breathe, or they need to take more inches down. But that's not how we handle this business. You always need to listen, and according to the client's needs and the breed's needs as well, there's some there's somewhere you can meet in between, and learn how to manage clients' expectations. And here is what I told you: you can always meet in between. You can always bring in the breed's necessities and the pet parent necessities, and meet somewhere between. Sometimes what the pet parent wants is not what the breed actually needs, and that's why always you need to be actually communicated. For example, if a pet parent is asking for a summer cut for a dog that is only 4 months old, and they require just a trim, just soft scissoring, what you can do is show photos of styles for that breed for puppies, explain the risks, like if you can explain to the pet parent how harmful it could be for just a puppy to get a full haircut. And third, clarify what's possible before the service starts. Always be clear, always base your arguments on facts, and explain the pet parent that due to the age of the puppy, it's best for only do a gentle trim, that in the future the pet parent can bring the puppy back that is going to be older, and at that time then you can do the full haircut. But as of now, you can only do the gentle trim. There's always how to meet in between, and this is something that you need to master over time. Why listening to pet parents matter? And I know that this might sound cliche, but some businesses think that listening is just about hearing, and no, that is not why. Um, that is not what active listening is about. Active listening is actually taking notes, is actually empathize with the client. It's not only just talking or hearing the client over the phone. Is learning, it's always learning how to communicate better. Is always taking into account the recommendations from the pet parent, even though if you think that you're the professional, it's always know how to meet somewhere in between. It's always know how to set expectations. So there is more beyond active listening that you probably don't know about or you haven't heard of, but pet parents always remember how they felt or how their pet felt after the service. And the tricky thing is is that they are not going to complain directly to you. What they are going to do is that they are not going to come back. This is what happens usually is that they are not going to report what happened. They are just going to go straight forward and leave a Google review. They also have valuable feedback that can help you improve. If you don't know what could have done better, how are you going to be able to improve? And it's always good to get these insights, to get this feedback after the service. That is the time when the pet parent is also more reachable and encouraged to um, give you more details about what could have been done better. And also, they want to feel like they are part of the grooming process. They want to feel like they are being heard, like their recommendations are being taken into account. And that's why every conversation, every interaction that you have with them matters and is really important. And here we know that there are especially peak seasons when it's probably impossible for you to get a hold of the pet parents right away. We know that it gets busy on a grooming salon, on a veterinary. We know that's why we've designed PawPulse. That is the smartest way to start collecting feedback. We help you through the process of collecting feedback from your clients before it hits the web. With PawPulse, your business will get automated follow ups after the service, client feedback in just seconds, and complaints before they turn into bad reviews and damage your reputation. This is how it works. So I'm going to show you the 4-in-1 dashboard. So here we can see like how the messages are going to be seen on the pet parents end. They are going to get a text like, "Hi Patricia, how did the service go with Rocco?" And they are going to be able to rate the service, and they are going to be able to give a number. And after, depending on the number, the feedback is going to be rated. So we will have numbers from 1 to 5, and also those ones who gave you a 5-star review, those are going to be given a link to leave a Google review. So at the same time, you will be boosting your online reputation, and you are going to be able to see all the information here in this dashboard. And why do I call it the 4-in-1 dashboard? First, because you are going to stay connected with the pet parents. You are going to be able to see the interactions that the PawPulse is having in real time with your clients. So every time you just can just check in and be part of the process. You can engage as well if you desire to do so. Also, you're going to be able to get your store insights. You're going to be able to see how your store is doing performance wise. So, here on top of the dashboard, you're going to be able to see your overall score rating. And also, you are going to be able to filter your clients' feedback from complaints that are 0 to 1 stars to 5-star reviews. And as mentioned before, those ones who gave you a 5-star review are going to be encouraged to leave a good review on Google. So this is like a win-to-win situation. You will always stay connected and as well boost and make um, your first step towards a better online reputation. So this is how the PawPulse help you stay connected, and I just divided it in 3 steps. First, PawPulse will send a text to your client a day after the service so they can rate it. Step 2, after the client provides the feedback, you will be able to see it real time on the PawPulse dashboard. And step number three, you will be getting automatic 5-star online reviews for those customers whose service went great and will be able to take action. You will be able to take action towards negative feedback. And I'm going to close here today with this brief quote, and it's that web parents expect much more than just the service. They expect a smooth experience from beginning to end. They want the experience to be complete and perfect. So you have to aim and you have to set up your goals to meet those standards. Some standards might be or might seem unreachable, but you have to develop the art of know how to meet in between with the client, how to negotiate, how to hear their concerns, but as well bring up the concerns of the breed, bring your own concerns about the pet. So there's always a negotiation that can be done if you just talk with the client and practice active listening. I hope that these tips help you and that you can start implementing all this knowledge on your grooming salon, on your vet practice. Anyways, I'm going to leave you here our contact. This is our contact information. And only for those attendees today, we are um, we are offering a free demo on the PawPulse interactions. So you just have to send us a comment here, leave us a comment here in the live, and we will be able to send you all the details. You just have to comment your store name, and we will be able to send you all the information. Thank you, and thank you for joining us on this webinar. This was Maria Montel, and have a nice day. Bye.